Hello friends, welcome. It's me, Cassandra, inviting you to take a moment and breathe with me. We are going to talk a little bit about Vritti breath. This is part 2 of our focus on this breath. As I mentioned in the last video, or for those of you who may not have seen it, Vritti means same frequency. Also can be thought of as same vibration or same effort. And when we talk about the breath, it's the very basic focus of creating balance in our breath, or as we spoke of last time, balancing our inhale, the effort of bringing in, of that puraka, that's how we say it in Sanskrit, and that rechaka, that exhale or that release of expelling, that which doesn't serve us, or the CO2, the exhale. So in the last time we took 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale, and noticed how that was able to be a balancing place, a balancing starting point. If our mind had been wandering, perhaps we were feeling overly anxious, or if we had been feeling overly exhausted or tired, it can help bring us into balance. And so today we're going to go a little bit deeper in this idea of pranayama, or controlling our energy, but still along that same line of equal effort. So today we're going to add in an additional place in our breath, which is that retention, or that containing of our inhale and exhale. So it's the point up at the apex as we inhale and we find that pause at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, it's again that pause down at the bottom of the breath. So this pause is very important because it really begins to show us how the power of pausing in our daily life can impact how we use our energy, or how our energy creates like a chain reaction in our lives. So for example, when we inhale and we pause, I say pause or contain when we're at the top of the inhale instead of hold, because it's where we want to find a place where we're taking a moment in that fullness, but not trying to grip it, because our breath is kind of like water. So you can imagine if I'm gripping water, it will fall through my fingertips if I try to grip it too hard. So it's like you're gently cupping your hands, or you're containing that inhale. And so our inhale breath, as we bring in new life, just like when we're feeling joy or we're having those highs in life, we often want to grip it. We don't want them to go. So as we start to train ourselves within the context of our breath in that energetic field, it can start to spill over in our lives and teach us how to contain moments instead of trying to hold in that steadfast grip. So again, we find that pause at the top. We'll find the exhale for an equal 4 counts. And then this pause, I don't know that I mentioned it earlier, but the pause in our breath, we said puraka, that pouring in, puraka inhale, rechaka, that exhale, and then kumbhaka is that pause. I always think of this as like kombucha breath. It's not kombucha, but it's kumbhaka. But kumbhaka, you're containing in that breath for consciousness. We bring consciousness to it. So the kumbhaka at the bottom of the exhale is a semblance of death or transition or letting go. It's that energy of discomfort that we feel when we're in those moments in life when things aren't always going our way. And so it trains us to find our body at peace, to see what happens, the stress, that fight or flight that we go into when we're in that moment of exhale retention, has a lot of things to tell us about ourselves. So I will quit my rambling now and allow us to go into a few rounds of what we call box breath. So this is a centering breath. Fun fact, it's actually a breath that is actively used by the Navy SEALs, and it is a way for them to contain, to get present before they go in or out of a battle situation. And so we may not be Navy SEALs going into actual battle, but there's a lot of battles that we fight in our daily lives. So this can be a really powerful breath to use to center yourself before you have to deal with a challenging situation. If you're feeling a little too anxious or excited, or perhaps you're feeling super nervous, this can help to bring some calmness, some centered, and some empowerment to yourself energetically. So find a comfortable seat, perhaps like me, in a chair, in a seat, or maybe you're on a cushion on the ground. Wherever you are, make sure you have a nice, tall, and aligned spine. And I invite you to allow the eyelids to close, or perhaps just like gaze down at the ground. Start to contain your energy. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose together. Open the mouth and empty out completely. The bottom of this exhale. We'll begin the next inhale for a count of 4. So as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then contain that inhale. 2, 3, 4, and then exhale. 3, 2, 1. Retain that exhale. 3, 2, 1. You can imagine a box as we breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Up one side, pausing at the top. 2, 3, 4. Drawing a line down the other side. 3, 2, 1. Finishing it off at the bottom, containing that exhale. 3, 2, 1. A few more. 2, 3, 4. Pause. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Retain the exhale. 2, 3, 4. 2 more on your own. Counting to yourself. 4 count inhales to reach the top. Containing that inhale for 4 breaths. Seeing what you feel, the energy here. Exhaling it out slowly with control. 4 counts to the bottom of that box. And we finish off with retaining that exhale. It can often be the most challenging place. And then again, we begin 4 counts of an inhale, all the way to fullness, finding a pause, containing that pause for 4 counts. Slowly letting out your exhale. And then your final retention space. And when you complete that exhale, just begin to breathe naturally. And take note of how you feel energetically, and perhaps the state of mind that you're in now compared to when you began. Whatever battles you have in your life, see if you perhaps feel a little more calm, focused, and ready to take them on with wisdom, mindfulness, and direction. All right. Thank you so much, and I hope that you found this breath useful. Feel free to bring it in, and that box can be your own counts. I liked, if you were able to open and peek, you could see I was drawing squares with it. If you're someone who needs to bring something to do with your hands, you're a fidgeter like myself, perhaps you do the same, draw that little square, that box out. But thank you so much again for joining me. I hope this breath brought you a little bit of peace today, and I will see you again very soon.